Praise God. There's always something more to learn about the guitar. Are you ready to learn how to put on a set of strings? You have to know how to tune the guitar and or have somebody help you with that. But other things you will need, some way to get an A, so I get the A for my metronome here. We'll also need a little device here to help us wind the strings up and down. Otherwise, if we do it by hand, it just takes so long. You can do it by hand, but believe me, your hand gets a little worn out and tired. So these little devices are really nice. So it's just a thing to help tune, help us with the tuners. And then, of course, we need a set of strings. So let's look at strings. Now, in the olden days, way back when, they had gut strings. Well, those are still available. There's a company in Duluth called Gamut. They have gut strings. They make them interesting. Walked into the shop there because they make lutes and such, and they have the gut strings hanging down, drying out. It's kind of fun, a unique experience. So now for some American string makers, we have Diodario. These are my favorite strings for quite a while. Use them for some recordings. I tend to like normal tension. Strings come in different tensions. They come in a light tension, medium light, normal tension, high tension, medium high tension, super high tension. So watch that. I go for the normal tension. When I was young, I used to play high tension strings, but as I aged, I toned down a little bit. Okay, so here's a newer company, and American Strings, Oasis. Tried these on my guitar. They sound very good. So they're really good, especially for general guitars. And then we have a company that really does a great job with nylon strings, and that's Labella. So here I have a set of pure silver strings. You can get pure silver, pure gold, or they have different combinations of materials that they use for the strings. So that's Labella, and they're especially good with nylon strings. Now from different countries, we have from Austria, we have a Tomastic infield strings. They have a powerful sound. Then we have from Italy, Galli strings. I've used the Genius model. I use it all the time on my teaching guitar. Very nice set of strings. From Germany, we have Hannebach, and they have these carbon treble strings that are really, really good. I like those a lot. And lately I've been trying the Savarez strings, the Alliance Quorum model, which is normal tension, and it's also it has some new carbon trebles and some bass strings that go along with them. And for the guitar I'm using today, these sound really good, so I'm going to try to put these on. So I'm going to open up the package of strings. Easier said than done. There we go. And set that aside. And then we have the strings starting from the first string and going through the sixth string. Mi or E string, C or B string, Sol or G string, Re or D string, that's the fourth string, A, La, fifth string, and Mi, E, sixth string. I start with the sixth string. So I'm going to put these strings down, face down. I'm going to get an A on my guitar, but I won't need that quite yet. So I'm going to take my tuning device. First thing I'm going to do is take it by the E string for the sixth string. That's this on the top, the first one, up from the fingerboard. And I'm going to turn it towards me You have it go round and round. So now the string just winds right down. And I can do that really quickly. So you can see if you did it by hand, it takes forever and your hand gets tired. So those little tuning devices are very nice. Next, I go into the string, find the string here, and I push it through the hole so I can grab the string where it comes, and I just take it and pull out the end so that it's loose, and I pull out one end of the string. Then I pull out here where we tied the string on the 6th string. Simply untie that, pull that out, lay it on the floor. Now I start with the 6th string because when I put the new string on, I can tune that string to it, and then it'll adjust, so by the time I get to the top E string, it's more easy for that lower string to stay in tune than if I go the other way around. So that's my rationale. That's why I start with the 6th string. So now I take out the new string, and it comes where it's kind of wound up like this, so you have to unwind it. And there's 2 ends to it. There's an end with a little different type of wrapping. This one is a little red, and then an end that's a normal wrapping, but you have this red. You cannot use this for sound. So that's to go up on this side where you have the tuning head. It'll work for winding the string. On the other end, it's all normal, so no matter where this ends up being tied, you can use it for the string to vibrate. Now, we go down to the 6th string, and we're going to put the string through the hole on the bridge. So right in here, I'm going to put it through this hole. Sometimes it fits right on this end, and sometimes I have to bring it up the other way. So first I'm going to try putting it down in my lap and pushing it into it and getting it to go in that way. Is it going to go? Depends on how thick it is. Not working too well. So next, I'll try coming up the other way with the front of the string, and I'll push it through from the back end and give that a push and see if I get that to go through there. That went. So that ended up like that. And now I'm going to pull it through, and I'll pull it up, but I will leave some of the string out here to tie. So it's about 3 inches or so. First step then is to take this string and have it come underneath the string there, form an X. And then I take it and put it back through the hole where the string was, where you got a little circle. I put it back through the hole. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to hold that part of the string, the very end of it, back against the bridge like that. So you can get a view of that. Hold it back against the bridge like that. And then I'm going to pull this tight at the bridge end so that it comes on top of the bridge. All right, so I'm holding it down. Hold it there, pull it tight, and now I've got a little circle there, enough so that this should hold. Then I will bring it up and put this tip to where it's going to wind. I'll put that right through there at the bottom, push it through, and that will have come out on the other end. Doesn't have to come out far, but it can come out a little ways so that it's on that differently wound part of the string. And then we put it into the bridge, into the nut here, where there is a hole for the string to fit. So we put that in there. Then we're going to take our winder, our string winder, that's what I finally remember what's called, a string winder, and we're going to wind it up. This time I'm going away from me so that it'll tighten the string. Remember, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So I wind it all the way up, and the string comes tighter and tighter. After a while, it starts getting so that you can hear some pitch. Now I can go back down here and strum, and this E, this is me, so this will be 2 octaves lower. So I bring it up. As soon as you get it there, it starts dropping down. So it'll keep adjusting that way, and you can bring it up for a little while. But you don't have to worry about fine-tuning it at this stage because you have plenty of time to try and tune it up. Alright, so that's the E string. Now we're going to unwind the A string the same way. I'm going to the next string up, the A, and I'll use the string winder and make it go lower. Nice and low so that I can hold the string out a little bit. And then it's easy to pull it out on the end up here. Then pull it out. Have it. Next, we're going to take the string off just like the other one. Take the A string, just like the other one. We unwind it, get it ready, and first we're going to put it through the hole at the bottom by the bridge. Remember, there's 2 ends, so you got to get it figured out. So that I push it through the sound hole. Or, I'm sorry, through the little hole by the bridge. This one like to go through because it's a little thinner. It's the E string is thicker, so sometimes it doesn't want to go through. So now I'm putting it underneath for the X, just as before. So I have the X, but this time I'm going to do it twice. So I go into the hole, and then I do it again. Alright, then I take it and I hold it back of the bridge like this, and then I pull it tight. So now I've got a little bit of an X over that bridge to hold it better. Because it's a higher pitch, it stretches just a little bit more tension on it. Bring it up to the nut here, through the hole, so I can get it ready to tune. I think my eyesight is not as good as it used to be. There we go. All right, got it in here. Handy string winder. Take it, and now we're ready to wind up the string. Wind it up fast. Now you go back and check against the E. The E string up the pitch. And it's, here comes the bride. Close enough for now. So now we go to the D string and take that off. Wind it down. So it's plenty loose. Take it away, just like the other ones. pull it out. And the D string, you do just like the A string. So it's tied in the same way. Get the string, unwind it. So each string is a little thinner here. Two ends, the red end, but the different winding goes to where the string winder turns. Put this through the hole in the bridge, underneath the string, and wrap it around twice. Hold it against the bridge and pull it tight. Then up to the nut, and then through the string winder hole here. Push that through, bring it so that you've got some of that red part of the string showing. Take it, so there's a couple inches out there. Now we take it and we wind it up while I'm holding the nut. Wind it up. You can go as quick as you like, and you'll see that the string will gradually tighten up under your fingers. And when it starts being tight, then you slow down and check the pitch. Careful not to overdo it. Now we're going to go back and check. We got the E on the E string, got the low E string. Notice how it slipped down the A string. Now here comes the bride from the A string. I'm hand twisting here. As soon as you get it, it drops right down, so you got to bring it up a couple times. Alright, that's close enough for now. Now we go to the G string. Now that's down here with this set, and it's the one the furthest out. So I'm going to unwind the G string. Alright, we have it. Push it through the hole. Take it out. And the same thing for the G string. You just untie it by the bridge. Pull it out. Now we take the new G string. G, or third. Now there's nothing different on both ends for the treble strings. So we just unwind it, and you can choose either end. So we're going to put it through the hole by the bridge. That goes through smoothly. Pull out a couple inches and go underneath. And this we tie just like the other ones. The D and the A string. We wrap it around twice and hold it down. And we pull it tight. Put it through the nut at the top. Come up, hold the nut with your finger. Put this through the bridge. The hole. And then I come around and I tie this. I do a little tie here on the treble strings so that it stays. And then I'll go back down and hold the bridge. The nut. Hold it by the nut. And then I go ahead and tune it up. Now the G string will tune up fairly quickly, so you just wind her up. And as you start feeling the tension, you Here Comes the Bride again. Now let's go back and check against the E because they've all dropped, I'm sure. So the E dropped only a little bit, but the A dropped down about a fret or so. The D dropped down quite a bit. Now we're playing the G and the 5th fret on the 4th string, and then now we can tune this up by hand. As soon as you get it there, it drops down. So you got to bring it up 2 or 3 times. Close enough for now. Now we'll go to the B string. It's the second one in on the bottom. Unwind it with the string winder. Nice, useful tool. Unwind it all the way down until this is pretty loose. Then put the guitar on the floor, come up here, and I untie the treble string, push through the end so that it goes through the hole, and then I pull it out. The strings are a little bit harder to grip. So then sometimes you have to give yourself a little bit more, a little less tension by winding it up, unwinding it some more. All right, try that again. Now I can pull it out. And then I can push it back through the hole so that I untied it and now I pushed it back through, and I can pull it out. And then untie the knot on the other end. All right, we're ready for the B string. Take it out of the package, unwind it. Careful not to unwind it in such a way that you put dents in the string, because that could affect intonation. So you want to keep them so they don't have lots of knots or things in them. Now that this B string, you do like the all of the other strings, you're going to wind it around twice and then hold it by the bridge and pull it tight. Hold it by the nut. I'll put my guitar on the floor. Put this through the holes for the string. Oop, popped right up. Try it again. There we go. Went through. Bring it around. I tie just a little knot once with a loop. Hold it with my finger. Bring the guitar back up on my leg. Do the string winder on the B string. Start winding. Keep going. All right, now I'm going to go here, the E. here on the 4th fret of the G string. That's the note. So I hand tune it to that. As soon as you get it there, it drops down, so you gotta do it a couple times. Alright, close enough for now. Now we're going to the top string, the E string. Let me unwind it. So the E string is on the lower part, but it's the one closest to the fingerboard. Alright, plenty loose. Got my string loose. Go up. And then I try to untie it. This is got the most tension, and the string is kind of wound in there, so sometimes it's a little tricky to unwind the string around the string winder part here first to get this part loose. Alright, so I push this through, untie the knot, if there is a knot here, and I try to pull the string out through the hole. Then I take it and grab it, pull it out. Now I untie it on the end by the bridge. Unwrap it, pull it out, throw it on the floor. We're ready for the E string. Take it. This is the thinnest string. So, like I said, be careful that you don't put any dents in it or anything. Alright, I'm going to take one end of it, put it through the hole by the bridge. Pull it through, get myself 2 or 3, a little bit of inch, a couple inches here, 3 inches. Wrap it around, but this time I'm going to wrap it around an extra time. So it'll be 3 times because the string is so thin. And then I'm going to hold it by the bridge and pull it tight. Okay. Bring it back up, put my finger by the nut. Get this on the other side of the B string and put it through the hole. Be careful, because if you get it on the wrong side of the B string, you could have some problem with the pressure of the E string pushing down on the B string. So put that through, then I come up, and I like to tie just a little bit of a knot there. Just one loop. Bring it down so it stays. Then I hold it by the nut. Take my string winder, start turning the string, winding up the E string. So now our tuning reference point from the old set of strings is gone because we've removed all 6 of the strings. So we're going to have to recheck with the metronome. Long string there. There. Make sure you got it in the knot. Turn it up. So you can kind of tune it using the low 6 string as a reference for now. As soon as you get it there, it drops down. But now we can go and check the A to see where the pitch of our strings is. So here's my A, going to the A string. Then I tune my E string to the A string. Now Now the D string. G string. B string. Now the new E string that we just put on. As soon as you get in tune, it goes out. So don't worry about it, just keep tuning it out. And then you have to let the strings settle. So what I do after I put a new set of strings on is I don't play the guitar the rest of that day. I'll play a different guitar, and I'll let this settle overnight, then I'll bring it up to pitch. And then after I do that a couple times after it's settled overnight, usually it'll hold. Now I do tune it before I go to bed at night, so I tune it right then it'll drop down, and the next morning you get up, bring it back up, and hopefully it'll start staying in pitch then from then on. All right, that's the plan. It takes a while and takes you know, a little bit of energy and a little risk when you try to something new, like putting on a set of strings, but it can be done, and you should be looking at changing your strings from time to time so your guitar sounds the best that it can. If you're playing the guitar a little bit, change them once or twice a year. If you're playing the guitar a lot, you know, I would change it at least every 3 or 4 months, and at least maybe once a month. Professionals, we change ours every week or whatever the occasion might be, so that it'll sound the best, especially if we're going to record. At any rate, have a good time tuning and tuning some more when you put a new set of strings, but the reward is great because your strings will sound so good. And don't forget to check out different kinds of strings to see what strings will sound best on your guitar. They're not, you know, it's you know, it's a discovery process. So good luck with that as well. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. God bless.